Hey guys, it's your boy RL Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you a third video for the day, and it's, video game talk, and, once again, it's talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And I noticed that this has been my only video game stuff that I talk about on the channel is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I mean, I do need to talk about other games, but, I mean, with this game be coming out pretty soon, I want to get my, final thoughts on it. Now, granted, I haven't played a game. I already told you guys I'm not supporting this game, but I just want to talk about what I've seen, and we're only a few days away from it, so I mean, why not talk about it? Now, I said in my last video, is Capcom becoming lazy because this character roster is 30 characters, and that's just low. I mean, that's for me. That's being lazy because we go from 56 characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to 50 to Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate, and 38 from regular Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to this 30. Now, I still believe Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has the best roster. Now, people have said, well, it had a bunch of used character sprites in Marvel 2, and there were 2 Wolverines, and there's the Iron Man and War Machine. Now, I get that. That, you were absolutely right about that. But, at the time, you were growing up in that era, when you saw the amount of characters in that game, and I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for majority of us loved that. We loved the fact that it was this many characters on that game. Now, granted, yeah, you want to, now in today's generation, yeah, you don't want to be having characters that play the same and reuse character sprites. But at the time, though, 56 in a fighting game, that was a huge deal. You can never imagine having this many characters in a fighting game, and we enjoyed that. I mean, yes, it was a lot of X-Men characters. Even to talk about the Marvel side, technically, the new characters you want to go from character sprites was the Bone Claw Wolverine. Nah, I ain't gonna count that. It was Cable and Marrow. Now, whereas that Capcom side, the Capcom side was interesting because Ruby Rose and Amigo were pretty cool. Characters. Sun, apparently she was in a video game before, so I don't think she had a huge following. But Hayato from Plasma Sword from 3D to 2D. Now, granted, I didn't know who the heck the guy was. I only knew people from the Marvel side, not much from the Capcom side. I only knew. Well, when I played Marvel 2, I did know more about Darkstalkers. I was happy to see BB Hood in it. I was happy to see Felicia in it. Trombone, I didn't know she was from Mega Man Legends, from 3D to that. That's pretty cool. Servar, I thought was kind of useless. It was cool to see Guile. I mean, there were some cool characters in Marvel's Capcom too. We can't ignore that. Like I said, at the time, it was great to see 56 characters. Yeah, the 2 Wolverines were pointless. The Iron Man and War Machine, you can make an argument about that, but at the time, people still play to this day. They still love the roster. I mean, you have to understand, you have to take yourself back in that day. There was this many characters. Now, people also kind of like it. I was watching Maximilian's video about playing Marvel Capcom 1. He was saying that Marvel 2 was, small assists, which he is, right, in some way. The assist play, was annoying at times when people would just only rely on their assist. And it was an assist-heavy game, but, for me, it's I liked it, and I kind of liked it. It was very hectic. Having the 3-on-3 was just, was just amazing to see. I mean, yeah, not everyone liked the assist. Everyone has their own opinion, but the craziness was awesome. Now, it does require you to have skill in that game, but there are people that were only good because of the assist. There were plenty of annoyances like trombones, broken projectiles that takes a lot of damage. You have Captain Commandos, Captain Storm assist, which I don't know if people really. Majority of people only picked him because he had a good assist, like Blackheart. Blackheart, I mean, was hard to use, but people only picked him because of his assist, and he's really just a one-button use character. So, I mean, Marvel 2 had, a bunch of craziness with the assist, but it was still, awesome. It was still, fun to see, and which is why I still believe that's gonna be my favorite out, out of the series. Because during that time, I was 9 years old when I first saw the game, and just what actually a funny story was that I'm like going to my on my way to my cousin's house. I see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at an arcade. I saw the intro. Right, I didn't really pay attention to like all the roster. But I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. So I get to my cousin's house. He actually had the game for the Dreamcast, so I was super pumped. Then when I played it, I just fell in love. Granted, I was 9 years old, so I was button mashing, but 3 on 3. I was surprised it was 3 on 3. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be my 2 characters and then done. It was like third character. I'm like, holy crap! So just the craziness, the 3 on 3 battle was just amazing. I loved every minute of it, and that's like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 will always hold a special place in my heart. And I still play it to this day. Granted, it's more fun when you don't play the freaking god type characters. We're not gonna get into that, but back to the characters screen and Marvel Infinite. Now, I think it's very funny. Now, okay, so look at it. So people say that X and Thanos are new characters because they came from they're coming from 2D to 3D, which I said you can make an argument about that, but as I really look at it, they are returning characters because if they were in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, now X is kind of hard. Now I will say X is kind of hard because X is different from Mega Man. Like it's still Mega Man. Like after Mega Man, it was Mega Man X. So Mega Man X is like it's hard to say new or returning. I'm leaning more to returning because it's just Mega Man. This is Mega Man. So people want to say Thanos is new because he went from 2D to 3D. So, okay, let me get this straight. So, even Maximilian said this too, and if he's watching this, shout out. if you're saying it's going by your standards that if that Thanos and X are returning, but are new characters because they're coming from 2D to 3D. If that's the case, every buyer in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a new character because they came from 2D to 3D, and everyone says, well, they played differently. They're gonna do different styles. Of course, you'll be playing differently. It was a new game, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Spider-Man was like my main character, and Marvel 3 completely different character. Ryu had some new moves, different character. Chun-Li play style was different. Morgan was extremely different. So you want to go by from 2D to 3D, everybody in Marvel 3 was a new character. So everyone was a new character. So we had a lot of new characters. So the roster had to be good because they had a whole lot of new characters. But I'm not gonna go by that. They are returning characters. Of course, they're gonna have new moves. You can't play the same in each game. So it's for me, it's just not a good argument as you really think about it. Now, I said before my last video that this roster is not good. It's just as weak as vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3's roster, and I thought that game roster is slightly better than this because more characters, a lot of new characters now. I'm crossing out the returning characters. There were 21 new characters in that game. Whereas this one, you only have Jedi, Ultron, Gamora, Captain Marvel as like your new characters. That's 4. But then they have all the DLC characters being new characters. But Venom is rumored to be DLC, and everybody, you have to think this is wrong. For any fight game, I'm calling out for Mortal Kombat, even Smash Brothers, that returning characters shouldn't be DLC. Lily Gaming Pad, shout out to you. I think I might have said your name wrong, but he said that returning characters should not be DLC. So it'll be awesome to see Venom in this game. Of course it would, but as a DLC, that's why I don't want to. Wolverine shouldn't be DLC. He's been in this game since the beginning. Storm shouldn't be DLC. She's been in the game before. Magneto shouldn't be DLC. I hate Sentinel, but even Sentinel shouldn't be DLC. New characters into the series should not be DLC because they've been in the series before. Now, if you're going to make them DLC, they should at least be free. You shouldn't have to pay for them. I shouldn't have to pay for a character that's already been in the game. But Venom's gonna have a new playstyle, but he's been in the game before. That's not right to do that to characters that've been in the game before. It's just not right. And then we're gonna get majority of new characters DLC. And from what I heard, Gil is supposed to be the third DLC, which that's cool. Gil being in the game, that's cool. It's cool to see, someone from Third Strike being in the game. But here's what. Now, I think if you purchased the Ultimate Edition, that costs like $100 something money, $100 something dollars, you do get the 3 DLC characters, but I heard it's gonna be, if you know, it's gonna be $10 a character, $10, to get a double pack. So I'm trying to load this. I'm going on GameStop.com right now to see like the collector's edition, what it comes with. Okay, Infinite Deluxe Edition, regular edition. Yeah, the collector's edition. Okay, that's just I really can't believe people are really kind of Okay, so the deluxe edition, comes standard game 2017 character pass, so that's gonna be $90. Then I just think the collector's edition it's just not even worth it. So you just get some statues, some stones, like that's just not even worth it. Now, granted, you do get the 6 DLC characters, but remember, Capcom have said that they're gonna release infinite amounts of DLC. So, despite what you get, you're still gonna be paying a crap load of money. So, $200, you get all the DLC, which I really think that's a lot. I don't even agree with the the different game, but the Tekken, that collector's edition, whatever, for 100 something, and you still have to buy. Yeah, I can't really Tekken 2s, but you have to buy the new mode Tekken Bold, and you have to buy the DLC character keys. I feel as though that character passes always have some type of something's just not right with character passes. I never had a good feeling about that. So as time comes down the road, they're gonna be releasing DLC, and it's gonna be more money out your pocket, especially if you're buying the regular edition. And the worst part is there's no fight money, so you gotta pay DLC. And like I said before, it's just not right when you have 30 characters. You can definitely put more characters. I mean, you had King of Fighters having 50 characters for Christ's sake. King of Fighters started off the game with 50. And I'm sorry, everybody. Everyone has their own opinion. I get that, but if you're a fan of the series, like you can't say that this roster is good. Like, if you say this roster is great, I'm really scratching my head, because like I said, from 56 to 50 to 38 to 30, well, again, with DLC, that's 36. That's not enough, especially for a series that can do so much more. It's just, no. It's the roster's best. So I'm going to get to the gameplay of it. I will definitely say this. The gameplay is fun. The gameplay looks a lot of fun. I will not take it away. Now, granted, I wish it would have been 3-on-3. Now, the reason I just didn't like how it's like, newbies. We want to make the characters, we want to make the game easy. And I just hate that. I feel still, I said this before, the better reason would say is like, hey, we want to go back to our roots. That would have been an appropriate answer to say, well, you want to get the new players. Yeah. But the gameplay looks fun. I mean, the tag in at any time, that's going to kind of make the game hectic, which, Marvel is known for hectic. Now, is it the most fairest Marvel game? That's tough to say, because the game as it came out, yeah, already seeing already that there's one-hit combos, like this guy, Tyrant, he was Jeddah, and he had a Power Stone. Now, granted, your gem gauge doesn't get filled when your gem gauge only gets filled when you're getting hit. So, granted, it was every character had full health. the gem meter was all the way, so you're not gonna really get that in the you're not gonna have that at the start of a fight. But suppose if I'm being a crap butt of Jeddah, right? Being a crap butt him and his gem is filled. Grant, he hasn't hit me yet. I noticed that he did 100% combo and the person died from the power stone. So that's the gem system. Almost was like it's like the X factor. I mean, the Justice is pretty cool because they're definitely having in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Avengers: Infinite War is coming out in 2018 next year, so that's why they have the gem system. But the fact that you can be very creative with your combos, so you do have more freedom, which is awesome to see. But the gems are like the turning point in this game. It's kind of like I said, from what I've seen, it does look fair, but the game hasn't been released out to everyone to try. So we are going to see some craziness. Because remember, anytime a fighting game comes out, there's going to be that pros that find the secrets to how do I say, to break the game, to get some expose some cheap stuff. So we are definitely going to see that. And seeing them, what I'm seeing right now, these stones, it causes concern, but the stone seems a lot better than an X Factor, because X Factor I hated in Mario 3. It was just so annoying. And I just really like how, like I said, the you tag in anytime you want it. That's hectic, but like I said, Marvel's been known for having hectic things, having freedom. You can, I will say the combos in this game are going to be hard. The reason why they're going to be hard is because you have to be creative with your combos by tagging in and out. So I do like that, because in Marvel 3 you had that, but here in Marvel Infinite it's tagging in any time. So the only time you really like tag in was like the assist the combo was the DHC or then tagging in your partner in the air. That was the only time you can actually create like a unique combo. But in this, it's like very unique, tagging in at the right or wrong time. It's very interesting. So I do like that. Also, I just watched a video of arcade mode. There's no ending. There's no character endings. So that's bad to me. No characters in the fighting game. And you have that in Justice had a story mode and an arcade ending. Now, granted, I don't like Injustice Season Pass. I don't like how they make Ultimate Editions, but I will say when they make fighting games, despite them holding out on the customer, they know how to complete a fighting game. Not okay, that's tough to say. NetherRealms, like I said, I just don't like them doing the whole the complete edition pack. That pack I don't like. Other than that, they can make a fighting game worth 50% of your money. I'll say that, because they have good servers. I feel as though no fighting game. I know it's bold to say. I feel as though no fighting game is gonna have a good server as much as NetherRealm did, because the Mortal Kombat 9 server, it just set the stage at an all-time high. Like, speaking of story, let's talk about Marvel Infinite story mode. I mean, you have Ultron and Sigma destroying biological life. Not Ultron. Sigma's in the game. Sigma's the main villain, but he's DLC, which makes no sense. So they want to destroy all. I mean, it's like I said, I can't really judge it because I haven't played it, but like just seeing it, I'm like, it just seems like a Marvel type of story. Because in the story, in the trailers, you really see the Marvel characters taking lead, telling the Capcom characters what to do. Now, the latest trailer, not the latest, I guess you say the latest, but the last story mode trailer, we see Jeddah. That's probably I think it's gonna be like a 3-way battle between Jeddah and his demons, Ultron, Sigma and their robots, and then the heroes, trying to save the world. It's gonna be like a 3-way battle. I feel as though Jeddah is probably going to be the only Capcom character to have a major role because I feel as though he's having the Dark Kingdom rise, and I feel as though he gathers Dormammu and Firebrand. I think for that, seeing that, I feel as though Virgil would have been a nice addition to this game because I feel as though he would have fit, in that story, teaming up with Jeddah, Firebrand, Dormammu. I feel as though that would be cool to see. Virgil in the story mode, that would be cool to see, but now I do think the last trailer, excuse me, I had to stop coughing in these videos. I do think the last trailer featuring Jack feels like that was the best story mode trailer, and I just think the story mode's gonna be okay. I don't see being an all-time great. I feel as though it's not gonna be like NetherRealms, and just like I know Capcom's history. It feels like the ending. I don't know how the ending's gonna be. I feel it feels like the ending's gonna be bad. I mean, I'm sorry, but Street Fighter 5 story mode was it was all right. It's not like, oh my god, like it wasn't the fact, it wasn't like worth the hype. Like I don't know if there was any hype towards story mode, but having the game being released in February, then having the story mode not being released until July, story mode wasn't all that good. Like it was alright, but okay. And I feel as though this story mode, it's gonna be okay. Probably, I think it's gonna be better because you have two worlds coming together. I think things gonna be better than Street Fighter 5's because you have a diverse roster and crossover. But other than that, I think it's gonna be. And honestly, with a crossover game, you expect the story mode to be great. Like honestly, I think a crossover game like this should be better than another realm story mode. But I just don't think it's gonna be done. I feel as though Capcom's probably gonna hold it out. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they say you have to buy the true ending. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But from what I heard, it's like a 2.5-hour story mode, so we'll see. Now, there hasn't been anything about mission mode being played. I haven't played anything on online, so we'll see what happens with that. As you know, I'm not buying this game. I feel as though like the money that I'm putting towards this game, it just isn't worth it. Like I said, 30 characters, low amount. Rarely any new characters. No X-Men. We already talked about that. Like I said, that's just the X-Men paved the way for this series. People say, well, back then, X-Men was hot. Now, X-Men was the hottest thing in the 90s. But let's not pretend that Spider-Man show wasn't hot. Let's not pretend Iron Man show was cool. Let's not pretend Hulk show was cool. Let's not pretend was Captain America? Yeah, Captain America. Spider-Man has a crossover Marvel thing, so yeah, X-Men was the hottest thing, but there were still some good Marvel shows during that time. So let's not pretend that X-Men wasn't the only hottest thing. Now, Avengers is the hottest thing, but Logan, that movie was great. A year ago, we had X-Men Apocalypse. That was a good movie. Was a decent movie. Days of Future Past 2014. That was a great movie. So, like I said, the Marvel universe is big. You have your iconic characters to play the game. Now, we all know that the Marvel side is figured the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but from what I've heard, well, Nova wasn't. I haven't seen Nova in the movies. I don't know, but Nova's gonna be in Infinite War. I'm not sure. I was hearing the rumors that Captain Marvel is supposed to be in Infinity War. So I mean, Nova and Captain Marvel, I mean, they want to say it's Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I have yet to see them in it. I mean, Ghost Rider was in the Agents of the Shield one. Everything else has been all these movies, but I have yet to see Captain Marvel in the show too. I have yet to see Captain Marvel and Nova in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if that's the case, I mean, they should be in a game if they're not going to be in the movie, right? Or a show, because that's how it's supposed to be in Capcom's view. And from what I heard, there's also a report that Stan says that, Marvel will get the rights to X-Men fantastic. But like I said, from what I've heard, I believe that Marvel doesn't own the movie rights, so they can still. I'm pretty sure they can still. They still own them, just can't. They don't own them in the movie rights. So yeah. So like I said, the character roster. Like I said, this is what made the Marvel series so popular was the roster. I'm sorry, but like now when it comes to video games, people want to say gameplay is important, presentation is important. I'm sorry, but presentation in any video game, that's always been like the second or third because one event status says, shout out to him, I love it, I love his videos, event status, aka the main event. When we first played these games, we didn't care about presentation. We just wanted to see how the gameplay was. Like Atari, Pinball, Pac-Man, did we care about what the presentation were like? Oh, cool, a video game. Presentation was like the least thing that we cared about. Now, in a fighting game, it's always been the roster. And Marvel's Capcom has always been known for the crossover great roster. And then, like I said, this game, it fails. Like, it's worse than Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Vanilla's roster. And that roster wasn't as good. When you barely have any new characters, you miss characters that make your series hot. Like, it's just not. But we don't know anything about online yet, and excuse me, story mode. We don't even know how that's gonna turn out. Now, I'll probably will get this game later on in the future when it's cheaper or possibly used. But as of right now, like I said, paying all this money, then I gotta pay like. First of all, I'm not gonna buy this. That first of all, that $200 one, yeah, forget it. Deluxe edition, nah, I wouldn't buy that either. Heck, maybe it might be on sale for Black Friday. Who knows? But I just can't. I support it when it's like possibly dead in a way, but we never know. They might. Though I said they'll probably continue to fudge this game with a bunch of DLC, and then just the more DLC they put out, the more I'm like, I'm gonna put this game on hold because, like I said, I don't be paying another $10, like $10, like it's $30 worth of DLC, like $30, because you're getting 6 characters. Like if you're getting the regular, so think about it. If you're getting the regular edition, the $60 edition, and then you get the $30, you're already paying about $90. So I guess in a way, it's better getting the deluxe edition. But like I said, even if you get the deluxe edition and the collector's edition, when they have like their season 2 of DLC, that's gonna be another 30 characters. So like I said, the money for DLC is gonna be ridiculous. That's why I wish there was a fight money in this game, so you don't have to use your hard-earned money to like buy something that you're probably to be kind of get screwed over years later. So anyways, that's my gripe about it. Like, gameplay wise, it looks fun. I cannot ignore that, but I just can't ignore the fact that this roster is bad. Like, remember I said before in this video, what made us interested in this game was the roster. And this roster, it's just not good. And then, with DLC to come, more money. And I said this 1,000 times. Returning characters should not be DLC. If they are DLC, they should be free. Because they've been in this series before. It's not fair to the customer. Not fair to the consumer. And then Capcom just seems to be, chewing like, it seems to be screwing over their fans. Now, we'll say this. I'm not going to be surprised. It's a bold statement by me. I'm not sure if I said this in my last video or not. But if I did, I'm sorry for repeating it again. But I will not be surprised if the sales for this game does not do well, because there's been a lot of mixed reaction with this game with this roster. Now, if this roster was better, I think there's no question that people will buy it. But remember, guys, not just the roster, but I'll post this in my article too. If you notice of Capcom's history when they release fighting games, there's always been some type of issue. Like I said, Street Fighter 5, they made Street Fighter 4, they made so many versions. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they made the regular, the vanilla. Then months later, they made Ultimate. Marvel vs. Capcom, she made Street Fighter Cross Tekken with the on this DLC. Street Fighter 5, it wasn't the money worth buying for the $60 with all the features that it had. So Capcom has yet to make a fighting game that has had a problem. You know, it's always like I said, it's just the money. They always try to screw over the customer with the money. Like, I get it. I get it. It's money. You want to make your money. It's a business. Yes, I get that. But you gotta do business the right way and not cheat your customer though. And like I said, if we buy this stuff, it shows that, hey, Capcom, we're happy with you guys screwing us over once again. So we shall see the first month sales of this, because I feel as though they want to have 2 million worldwide, and it might happen. You might, it never knows. But like, so all the negative attention, of all the, it didn't get a whole lot of negative attention. Like, from, there's a lot of YouTubers like myself that are not happy with this roster. Now, granted, I don't like when people say they're ranting about the game, but they're still gonna buy it. If you're still gonna buy it, then why? Now, granted, if you have a job to do, if your job is to review games and make money and stuff like that, by all means, get the game. If you know. Now, granted, I want to become a professional video game journalist. I love writing video games, so that's why I'm iffy on buying this game, because I want to write a review on it, because that's like, that's my passion. But I buy this game, I know I'm gonna get screwed over with the amount of money that I'm gonna buy, that the amount of money that DLC is gonna be. And like I said, no, Capcom, I just feel as though this game might not even be complete. So who knows? But anyway, I said I was gonna be done with this, but I'm still talking. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you think I'm a Capcom hater, you think I'm a Capcom crybaby, whatever it is, what it is. But I'm just looking out for the games. I just do not want you to get screwed. If you buy this game, I'm just gonna buy it. I can't tell you what you can and can't do in the world, but you just gotta know Capcom's history. You have to know something is up their sleeve. Like I said, the game looks fun. I can't ignore that. The game looks fun. But like I said before, with how this history started, based on your character roster, this roster, it just doesn't good for me. Like, when it comes to fighting games, what makes a good fighting game, number one thing, is your roster. And we already know, like, this roster is not good. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Subscribe if you like more. I'll also be doing movie reviews, superhero movie reviews down in November, because that's when I have my equipment, and that's when, Justice League and the Thor movie comes out, so I'm excited to do that. So I'm excited to get my computer, so then you can see my adorable face in these videos. So, this is your boy Aaron Uncle signing off, and everyone have a great weekend. Football Sunday, go Eagles. Peace out.